It's something, no matter what angle it is.
No, Damien. Like sometimes it's by accident. So, but you know how Damien is. He's like,
So I mean, we're actually live now. I just started it because I figured like these were some good talking points because Steven was right. I said it first that when we get sidetracked on this show most of the time, the homie Rory is the one that takes the trains off the rails.
But and I want to defend Rory for a second. It's because his mind is working and he's coming at it from a different angle. He's trying to, give us a different.
Is it really coming at it from a different angle when your intent is to instigate?
Yes, I'm fine with that. No, because here's the thing though, Kevin, because some of the times that he's done that, that's been like the subject of another episode. You know what I'm saying? Like the side conversation that he started has led into a broader conversation about another episode. I'm defending it because I do the same thing, Rory. Keep on going. There's nothing wrong with it. We just have. That's why we have you to moderate things, Tate, to get us back onto the highway.
We should try and never get off the highway. But so can we at least agree that like we can get off track, but try and be quick to get back on track?
Yes, I can agree to that.
Me too. And if I do it, I'll be more.
Let's just say when you hear this, that means stop.
And sit your ass down.
I didn't hear it.
Sit your behind down.
And sit your ass down.
Did you hear it that time?
No.
Damn.
What?
Woo wee.
I don't know what's wrong with you.
Man.
This episode is brought to you by Poppy Soda.
Unless you was talking while you did it.
No. Steven heard it.
Yeah, it was loud too, man.
Okay.
Hey man, one more time for the hearing impaired.
Man, sit your ass down.
Please tell me you heard that.
Please.
You hear that?
No.
All right, so it was just like fingers hitting the desk.
Man, a dude totally said, "Man, sit your ass down."
Oh no, I didn't hear nothing like that. Nothing.
Did you guys hear it all 3 times?
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Yes, we have.
Definitely
We heard it
Yeah.
at least 4 times at this point.
This is gonna be fun when Roy clips come up. We'll be able to we'll see if Damien can see and hear them. That'll be.
All right, I think it's time to start the show.
we technically we've already started.
Not Rory trying to get us on track. Hey,
Is my mic still? You guys hear? Brian said my mic is faded in and out. Is it fading in and out for you?
A little bit. A little bit.
You sound like Terrence Howard.
Like, play the guitar and stuff backwards.
You know how Terrence Howard sound when he talks?
And then, man, I was just trying to have Neil deGrasse Tyson read my paper, and then I was mad at him.
Yeah.
He says Neil deGrasse Tyson. Neil deGrasse
Tyson. We said we're not gonna do that to people on this show. We're not gonna talk bad about nobody. Terrence Howard is a fantastic actor. He is a legendary black actor. I'm gonna put some respect on his name.
Yeah, definitely.
Don Cheadle weaseled his way into, his job. That's okay.
Oh no, so that's who did it real good. If you guys never saw the D. Ray Davis special on Netflix called Act Blacker. You ever seen it, Steven? You more up there.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, he does. He actually nails it. Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Terrence Howard is crazy.
That whole stand-up is so funny. That's
for real.
That's probably one of my.
Has the show started yet? We've been live.
We've been live for 4 minutes.
I'm just saying. I thought we're gonna. Okay, let's go.
Let's let the live chat go real quick, and don't be long on this. Rory, you're free from football responsibilities. Tell us about it real quick.
Well, I got a new job. In Texas. It's a little further away, but it doesn't have football responsibilities, which is what I was hoping not to have, which is fantastic.
So no more before class practices and and
No,
late night study halls on the football field.
no, none of that. Early morning, 4:30, 5 in the morning. None of that. I'm free. I'm free. I'm so excited. I'm so
We're
excited.
happy for you. We're happy for you,
Thank you.
Rory.
Thank
Especially since you were doing all of that and your team was getting smashed every single.
No,
That
wasn't true. We won 2 games. We won 2 games. Now, here's the thing, though. The job I got, it is officially the worst football school in Texas. They haven't won a game in like 3-4 years.
Whoa.
But and I shouldn't be laughing at them because I know they work hard. They work hard. But hope it all changes. You know, new coaching. They work hard. I saw one of the practices that I didn't have to attend, which is fantastic. And I hope that they do turn it around. But I'm there for.
But no, if they're
teaching, that's it.
If they're not better than your team last year, they must suck. Y'all won 2 games. You said they ain't won a game in 3 years.
Texas. This is Texas 6A and 5A football. It is some of the toughest football in the country. And
you said not win a game.
That's true. They haven't, but they had a linebacker who he was like well drafted. I mean, not drafted, but he was well picked up by college scouts. He had his pick of schools in the country. So they had players. It's just that, you know, they're playing in 5A, 6A football in Texas, and it's tough. It's tough down here, Kev. It's tough.
Yeah, I know. I hear it all the time, man. Big G used to live down there for about 10, 12 years.
North Dallas football, like South
they
come on, man. DeSoto, Duncanville. You see them in highlights.
I hear about Duncanville. Mod is still, and when G was there, they in Austin.
Okay, that's further south.
Like the school,
football's tougher.
Like Westlake, right? They talk about Westlake. I've heard about Duncan. Is that the team that the Friday Night Lights movie was about?
That's in East Texas. That's Permian.
Was that the team that the movie was about?
Well, no, it's not. Permian is the
Premium. Yeah, but didn't they play Duncanville or somebody from Dallas?
Yeah, and they beat them. Yeah, they beat them in that final. Yeah, they beat them.
They embellished. I don't know if it was really like that or not. They embellished for the movies though, because if you ever watch the movie Hoosiers, and it
wasn't embellished. You can watch video of it. You can watch Movie Miles, and you can watch the whole video. In fact, one of the coaches. This is how tough football is. So So one of the coaches I coached with, he was one of the coaches at Permian. So he was at Irving with us, and that shows you how tough it is. He's a Permian level coach. He's a Permian level coach.
Well, he must not be too good a coach.
He's fantastic. He is fantastic, Kev.
Hey,
fact,
man.
The entire coaching staff at Irving was fantastic.
Let's shout out some of the folk in the live chat. We got Boo in the building. My Boo, Christine Black and Gold. Thanks for tapping in.
What's going on, Christine?
We got Mark Malone in the building. Thanks for tapping in, Mark.
Tyrone's here too.
Mark says,
and Brian
dig it.
And Stan.
Christine say, what's up, Rory and Steve?
What's going on?
What's up?
Ty didn't say what's up nobody. He just said, what's up, Tate the GOAT? That would be me.
What's going on, Tyrone?
One word.
What's up, Ty? Nah, Ty's super cool. That's my guy, man. We got Brian. Is it Brian, Mr. Brian M. Baker?
Brian Baker.
Okay.
Oh, that's my homie. That's Baker. That's Baker.
Okay,
What's
Baker.
going on,
What's
Baker?
up, boy? That's your boy Baker.
What's
I remember
up?
my Baker.
Yes. That's homie Baker. Thank you for coming through, bro.
The answer is Macho Man.
And the mountains of cocaine.
Mountains of cocaine he did as a tag team. I'm out.
Yeah.
We are not here to talk about anybody's real life people. We totally keeping it in the ring tonight. We just judging by in the ring and promo performance. But appreciate you coming through, Baker.
Thank you.
We got Stan in the building. Woo! Right there. Woo!
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my boy 315 Scrub in the building. Just want to shout out everybody real quick, and we're gonna get started.
Appreciate you guys joining us. Thanks for tapping in.
As we go. Christine says, "Congrats, Rory, to you."
Thank you for that.
Boo is so nice.
Hey, and we know you guys really like the top 10s. If you haven't checked them out, we got 2 other episodes with some really cool top 10s. One of our favorites are top 10 NFL quarterbacks. Check that one out. And then we got our top. We had our top 10 hometown one.
The one Jersey guys.
Well, the one Jersey guys. So definitely check out some of those earlier episodes if you haven't. Tap in, like, subscribe, and share.
We've done a lot of shows over the past few months. I mean, I feel like we've done at least 15 to 20 for sure. Yeah, it's like Damien's third time on here.
We got a nice season. We got a nice whole season on deck.
Yeah, we got my boy Brent Howe in the building.
What's going on, Brent?
Not to leave you out, Damien. Christine Black and Gold says, "What's up to my brother? What's up, Damien?
What's going on, Christine? Thanks."
And people, we're gonna talk about tonight.
We're gonna talk about some rap.
Go ahead, Steven. Go ahead and tell us.
We're gonna have a slobber knocker of a debate tonight.
Whoa, boy. We don't slob no knockers around here.
Whoa. You getting no diddy?
You got to chill.
Yeah, man.
Chill with that, boy.
Chill.
Slobber knocker. My goodness.
But
my wrestling fans know what I'm talking about. They know who I'm shouting at.
You don't say it.
We're gonna talk about wrestlers. We're gonna talk about professional wrestlers, the sports entertainment field, and we're gonna talk about the greatest of all time. And really, it's gonna be a fun conversation. We're gonna do it a little bit different, like we always do our top tens. One of the things that we can agree on here is most of the guys here in this conversation can agree that everybody on screen. And if anybody doesn't know who they're looking at, I'll do a quick recap. We got John Cena, The Undertaker, Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Andre the Giant, Macho Man Randy Savage, and Steve Austin. We're all kind of agreeing that those guys all fall somewhere in the top 10. Whether they're at the top or near the bottom, we all kind of agree they're there. But I'm coming out the gate with a hot take already. Andre is not in my top 10.
Andre who?
Andre
Cena?
Andre Sr. is not in my top 10.
Well, I said Andre Cena, meaning John Cena.
No. Andre the Giant is not in my top 10.
Okay, that's your one. We'll talk about it. Damien, if you could take one off, who would you take one? Do you agree with everybody on here?
Oh, if there was one I'd have to take off, I'd have to go with Steven. I'd have to say Andre the Giant.
Wow. All right, Roy, what about you?
I mean, I'm not gonna go against the crowd on this one. I agree. Andre the Giant, he was a force in the wrestling world, but he's coming off the list.
And if I had to take off one, I would be looking to take off. I'm between John Cena and Undertaker, but I'll just for this exercise, I'll say
Undertaker won at 23 straight WrestleManias. John Cena was the biggest force for hip hop in WWE during his time.
I don't care that he was down with Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch and Vanilla Ice.
He's the bridge, man. Like John Cena is the bridge. He is the bridge, Kev. The kids of today know who John Cena is.
What y'all said, did I in any way try and interfere? And
you didn't.
No, let him talk, guys. Let him talk.
No, so that's just the one I would take off. But now we can.
And I can understand that, Kevin, because a lot of guys our age don't. I never seen John Cena wrestle. I know he's huge. I know the star power that he's carried. I know how big of a star he is just based on the fact that you don't generally jump from professional wrestling to Hollywood. Only a handful of guys have done it successfully and had lasting careers. The Rock is one of them. Dave Bautista is another one. Dave Bautista is a great actor.
Yeah, but he's a great actor. He wasn't a good enough wrestler though.
He was.
No, but I mean, but The Rock was enough.
To be
Rock,
the top team.
I agree. But The Rock was a main event guy who went from main events to movies. He never.
The Rock. I didn't say about The Rock.
So I just mean that Cena is in that same group. It's hard to do that. You gotta be really, really talented to be able to do professional wrestling and be in movies.
Please read Christine's comment. We'll go to the intro. Then we'll get Christine started.
Okay. Christine said, Andre the Giant. Man, I still love the Princess Bride though. You use different moves when you're fighting half a dozen people than when you only have to worry about one. She did get the shout out. He was a crossover star. Nobody's denying that.
A couple movies.
He was in a couple.
Ty say Undertaker
He
to
said it's
go.
the GOAT. Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of that out of the crowd, man. People love Taker.
The American Dream.
Woo!
Dusty.
Yes.
You talk about Dusty.
That's
I think he'll come up in this show.
He's definitely gonna come up in the
he's gonna come
conversation.
up in
I
this
think.
show.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're about to go to the intro. We're gonna come back and get into it. Appreciate everybody that's here now. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. You know, every time I'm with Steven and Rory, I got to put this up.
You want me to read it, Kev?
Please.
Please.
This is for Steven. No false views expressed. Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed during the podcast are those of Steven when he shares them. What's said by the hosts, speakers, and guests do not necessarily represent the views of the Know It All podcast. We support individual expressionism, Stevens. Any comedic parody or political satire is not intended to be divisive or violate YouTube guidelines on speech. The end.
Yeah. So I would say that covers us, and we'll go ahead and we'll be right back. Thanks for tapping in, y'all. First, I want the memberships, right? You guys know about the membership. Know It All membership, different tiers. No some, no more, no all. It's $1. It's $1 difference between each tier. Each tier you go up is $1 more. It's a monthly thing. We appreciate your support. The support that you provide helps us keep the lights on in the building. Helps us pay for the software and stuff we use to make the graphics and the music and everything we do. That goes into the production aspect of it. So we certainly appreciate everything. So right now, if you're watching right now, hit that thumbs up, hit that like button. It helps the algorithm, helps YouTube push us to more places. We're currently about 170 subscribers away from reaching the 2K mark. When we reach the 2K mark, we'll be able to we'll be pushed better by the YouTube algorithm. So that's a big deal for us to get there. And we currently are able to advertise certain brands of different things at different stores and department stores and just places you shop, right? We typically put a link in the show. I didn't put a link in this show, so I don't know what may or is not there, but just keep that in mind. The things you already buy, if you see it somewhere on here, you can buy it from here, and a percentage of that goes to our channel too. So we certainly appreciate each and everybody, and we get ready to get this show on the road. It's your boy Tate from the Know It Alls. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, tell a friend to tell a friend, get a membership, be a part of the nation, different tiers, no some, no more, no all.
Yeah, JAG2G, more than the players, more than the scores, get up on game, try to do no more. More knowledge, more game. One got the knowledge, one got the logic, and one's eclectic, the perspective's prophetic. JAG Collective, bringing perspective outside the game. Information we share is not the same.
Let's get this show on the road. I'm going to do something diabolical, Rory and Damon. I'm going to put Steven in the driver's seat. That's why we had to read him the disclaimer.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you giving me the driver's seat. I'm cool with moderating this conversation, and we're going to jump right into it. We had some great engagement. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I just want to ask, did we finish so you guys would all take out Andre the Giant? All three
that's what we about to jump right into. And
okay,
I want to talk about, I'll just say this. I want to say that number one, Andre the Giant is a legend. I believe he is one of the earliest Hall of Famers. His career is pretty tremendous. But I would leave him off of the top 10 because I think that he existed in an era that is before everybody else, ascending to the biggest heights of what wrestling could be. I mean, because you look at, I feel like he's almost like the tail end of a bygone era, like almost like Lawler and there.
Well, if you read the description of the show, he said we're going to cover 50 years of wrestling.
True.
I'm old enough to remember my brother here had a paper route, and the first WrestleMania he got a lot of them over the years, was WrestleMania 3. He had his little annoying buddies over. Shout out West Side homies, little homies. Damn, them jokers turning 50. I seen Tate at a party this weekend, man. It looked like it was a fun party. But had his little buddies over and stuff, and Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan was the main event.
But I'll just say this. I think
that's kind of like Magic and Bird. Go ahead.
I think that our list is solid, and like I said, Andre is legendary. But the problem with Andre is he was before the TV era, and all of the other guys are on the side of where it brought in another. Let me finish. I'm talking about weekly. When we're talking about a syndicated weekly show. No, there was not. The first one was Superstars and Shotgun Saturdays, and those didn't come until the 80s. We're talking about an actual. Go ahead, Kevin. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Do you know everybody used to watch NBA games on tape delay before Magic and Bird? Somebody has to start it. Somebody has to be the beginning.
I understand that, and everybody that is the beginning doesn't necessarily mean that they're at the very top of the list of the greats anymore. And the reason I say that is because when you go into the Monday night era, which is when superstars became real big superstars and wrestlers, there was an aspect of that the promo became everything. Your ability to carry yourself and sell yourself became everything, and you had to sell yourself to the whole audience, not just the house audience for that tour that night. And I think that's why the stars just got bigger, is because the audience got bigger and everything like that. Andre the Giant he was older right before it blew up, and I think he probably, if he lived longer and was slightly younger, he'd be out there. He would have been out there with Flair in them. He would have been back out. Go ahead.
Even if you break it up by the eras and everything like that and go back 50 years, my question when it comes to Andre the Giant is one, how many times was he the world heavyweight champion? And two, how long were his combined reigns?
So he did have very short reigns.
Right.
But again, that's a symptom of the title changed hands a little bit differently when you weren't building up to a pay-per-view. You know what I mean? When you switch, when everything changed around, when everything was let's drive everything to pay-per-view, then it became we use the weekly episodes to build up the storylines. And that's when guys really started flexing. That's when you started that's when Hogan blew up into the star that he is. And I just think that Andre missed out on that. And it's hard to include him when it's hard to include somebody to me in the top 10 if you weren't part of Monday night. Like you had to have been a part of Monday night for it to be on this list, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Yeah, what do y'all think?
I have to, not disagree with you, but I'm going to say that I came to this country in that middle phase, right, where wrestling wasn't like mainstream.
What year?
Like 85, 86, right? 84, 85, 86, that time period right there, I think was the sweet spot when wrestling, and this is when things changed because they had TV champs. You know what I mean? They had, and that was an important like change in the wrestling world because there was a lot of stuff going on that we didn't see. And then when they had the shows on, and cable came into play, and it was on
Turner, NWA, yes,
like NWA, WCW, that
yes. Steven don't know nothing about all them. He wasn't even born yet.
I don't think he does. And that's the.
What do you hold on? Back up. What do you think I'm talking about when I say Monday night? Because Monday night is going to the 90s when the first two.
It's in the 80s.
We're going back to the mid 80s.
Let me finish.
Okay. I wasn't finished. I wasn't finished.
When the first two primetime shows.
TBS, Turner.
You had Monday Night Nitro and Raw, right? Those were
those are later. That's Monday
later.
That's later. That's WWE. Like we are talking pre WWF.
You can't
Like, there was
be
a
the moderator and get emotional.
WWF.
Guys, I'm not getting emotional. I'm just saying you can't also get stuck in the past and think that the
But
past
Steven,
is
the past is part of it. We say we're
Boy,
talking
that
about the last 50 years.
WCW
I
NWA
never said it was.
off the chain.
And we're not. And NWA continued to exist.
It did, and then they got bought out. But the point I'm making is, like, for it, when I came to this country, WWF was a side. It was a side thing. You know what I'm saying? NWA, WCW was where it was at. That's where all the good wrestling was going on.
Arn and Ole Anderson,
Boy,
Lex
oh
Luger,
boy.
Ric Flair started there. What are we talking about?
Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty Rhodes, Tommy Rich.
Man, oh man.
You guys are talking about
Harley
the wrestling
Race.
of your era. You guys are talking about the wrestling of your era.
If we go back to the 80s, is that the last 50 years of wrestling? That's what we're talking about.
Okay, we're going back to the 80s. That's fine. So, okay, we're talking about that. But if we're talking about the whole, if you're talking about the entire lifetime, that 50 years, wrestling doesn't break into the mainstream until the early 90s.
80s.
Because of the beginning was the
80s.
I understand that. And what I have a point here. The biggest guy from that era that you're talking about.
The point is not about you. The point is about you moderating the conversation.
What are you? Yeah. All I'm saying is the one of the guys that you're naming is still around when wrestling becomes super mainstream. Hogan, he's the biggest guy, right?
He becomes the biggest guy. He was a punk in WCW. He was a side note.
Steven, read Claude's super chat and you can answer that question if you want.
Okay, Claude says, gentlemen, is wrestling real or fake? Wrestling
is real.
Wrestling is real.
Wrestling is scripted.
It's scripted, but the
physicality is real.
They're doing that stuff. Like, the stunts and the bumps are real, but it's, I mean,
that was actually when everything changed, which was when Steven is talking about with Raw. Because during the days of NWA, WCW, the 80s, wrestling was portrayed like it was a competitive, real sport. Then, once the secret came out that wrestling was scripted, that's when it changed to where Steven is talking about when Raw got popular and Monday Nitro got popular, because then it started being about Then it started being about storylines and revenge and things like that, and not so much a competitive thing like how we look at boxing.
Damien is absolutely right. The big driver during that early era was the internet. Ty says Randy. Oh yeah. But the internet is really what kind of broke down what it's a concept in professional wrestling called kayfabe. It's a thing where everybody knows it's scripted, it's not real, but everybody that's involved keeps up the facade that is real.
But in some cases they don't know what the script is until the day of. That's so people like Bret Hart was always upset, when he lost his belt. He was PO'd at Vince for his, but he didn't know. He was like the day of he found out.
What the internet did was it made it easy for guys to disseminate pictures and video of house shows, and it broke down that wall.
We had those magazines. We had the magazines.
I got something to add real quick, just to contribute. The Google machine says Andre the Giant is widely considered one of the most influential and greatest professional wrestlers of all time, frequently appearing on the top 10 and Mount Rushmore list. His unmatched mainstream fame, ability to draw massive crowds, and status as pro wrestling's first true attraction cements his legendary legacy. Global mainstream appeal, standing 7'4" and weighing 500 pounds, Andre was a worldwide pop culture icon before wrestling's major television boom. So if Andre helped make it popular even across the world, what are we talking about?
Kevin, the first thing I said, hold on. The first thing I said was he is a legend. Damien, didn't I say that? I said he's a legend. I said he had a storied career, but I said if we're talking about the top 10 guys, he's in my top 20 easy, but he's not in my top 10.
Wait, well, this just said he's considered the Mount Rushmore, and I want to say this.
The name alone.
Yeah, the eighth wonder of the world. So I say, if you go, can you tell the history of wrestling without saying Andre the Giant? People will say Andre the Giant before they say John Cena. Period.
No. You're
Yeah, they
just
will.
wrong, man.
It depends on the generation,
Because
though. Like,
and
you gotta
here's
specify.
the-
It
and
And
depends
here's the
on the
reality. Here's the
generation.
reality. And here's the reality, because we're gonna get into this too. Is that everybody loves the wrestlers that they loved, right? I like the new generation era. I liked Hitman and all of them guys, right?
But
the
Hitman was not new generation. He was old generation.
I'm not gonna keep
I'm
letting
just
you.
trying
I'm
to
not gonna
finish,
keep
bro.
letting you.
Just let me finish my
Steven,
thought,
you're
bro.
the
Why you keep-
moderator. I'm not gonna keep letting you.
What do you mean
Listen.
you're not gonna let me?
You guys
You're
are raising
yelling
your
over the
voice at each
moderator.
other.
What are
You
you
guys-
doing?
you
Kevin,
guys
calm down.
You guys
Calm
are
down.
yelling.
But because I have to yell because you don't stop talking, I'm saying you keep the discussion going. You say stuff when you got to be pointed. You keep debating this thing.
I'm
and
not
you
debating
say-
it. I'm moving forward. You won't let me.
Go ahead.
Okay, I was about to ask you. If we're talking about Cena, why is Cena not on the list for you? That's all of this.
What I was going to tell you is I've seen them all. I've seen them and heard about them all. You didn't. You weren't around with Andre the Giant and Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair.
Okay,
you,
yeah, there's no
you know
video
old Ric Flair. You don't know young Ric Flair. So my perspective is a global perspective. When we talking 50 years.
More, you have additional information is what you have that time, and you have more than me because I came in, I got thrown into it. I'm like, oh, what is this stuff? You know what I'm saying? But so you even have the prior stuff to that. You do. I'll give you that.
I mean, I probably didn't start like who said that? My boy said the Superstation. He knows about the Superstation. Stephen wasn't around when all we could do was watch Atlanta Hawks and Atlanta Brave games on Turner TV. We didn't have no satellite and watch everything in the league.
The wrestling schedule in the late 80s, it was Saturday evening starting at 7 o'clock. You had the
7:05 because that was Turner time. 7:05.
Yeah, you're right. 7:05. You had and then once a month, you average maybe once every 2 months. You would have WWF would have Saturday night's main event. And then WWF would also have a weekly show that came on Saturdays, Saturday afternoon.
Right. So back to what we were saying though, Kevin, is why would you leave Cena off of your list? Because I think Rory made a good point about Cena kind of being like that generational gap guy. So that would be what I would ask is who would you replace him with? Who would you say? I'm not gonna put Cena up there.
I'm agreeing with Cena to be on the list. I say I'm not taking Andre the Giant out before I take Cena off. Is what I was saying.
Okay.
And see, and for me, Kev, the only reason I left Cena on the list is because he was that gap. You know what I'm saying? Like the kids might not know who Andre the Giant is. You know, like I'm talking about the younger generation. There you go. I agree. Is
there even a bridge for Cena to be if you don't have the starter to bridge?
You do not.
I would say that this is the point that I would make.
My point was there were guys on the list who are before Cena, and then you have Cena to kind of be the bridge over. So I just kind of said, who on your list, Andre the Giant, you got Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan serves in the Andre the Giant realm, and so we have the John Cena time period and so forth. That's where I was going with it. So my apologies, but I do agree with you, Kev. I do agree with you. I mean, I'm just saying from that list, it's a tough list to pick someone from.
I think
it's a tough list.
And the thing that I was saying too is that and this is the point that I'm trying to make, Kevin, is if you take like the eras that we're talking about, if you take the 80s and the 90s and even just a sliver of the early 2000s, that is a speck in the bucket when you talk about what wrestling is today. And Cena is the biggest star of the biggest growth of the thing. You talk about it's $1 billion thing now. It wasn't anywhere near that when I was watching it, when you guys were watching it. It was nothing close to that.
It was getting to the point.
Hogan and Andre were the beginning.
Andre the Giant wrestled Hulk Hogan in the biggest event wrestling ever had, dude. When you were 2 years old.
Okay, cool. And John Cena wrestled Hulk Hogan, I believe. That's
what I'm saying. The bridges, the carryovers.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm not even talking about, you keep talking about me. I'm leaving me out of it. I did not watch John Cena. I watched Bret the Hitman Hart, Davey Boy Smith, Diamond Dallas Page. Those are the guys I watched.
speaking of that, we spent a lot of time on the first graphic. Let's go ahead and each of us has 3 wrestlers that we'll just say that we liked, and we'll say if we want to try and say I think this guy should be in the top 10 and the chat here watching. And I love the passion we speak with. So I'm sorry, Steven, but
don't worry about it. Ain't no sweat.
That's my bad.
And no sweat. Hey, look, I would say this based on the list that we have. I think it would be great if either Tate or Rory started it out. If we look at it's almost perfect timeline. If you look at like the guys that we picked.
If Roy wants to start, he can start, or I'll start. I don't
what
care.
You need, Kev, is a puppy.
I'll say here, between me and my brother, he knows way more than me about wrestling.
And then, I'm just saying, like timeline wise, you guys picked some of the more legendary older guys. I picked like the middle road.
I didn't.
And then Damien picked some of the biggest guys during the
time period. I think his list has the most credible guys to put.
Oh, absolutely. So,
but I'll go first.
Rory,
you want to go first?
Yeah. Go ahead, Tate.
Wait. Let's go to Brent, because I think Brent's can you post that comment, the final comment that Brent said, because he's saying what we're saying, and I like it, and I like that. No, not Damien. Those magazines, right?
Which magazines, Damien?
All of them. There was so many. There was the WCW magazines, and you had the Professional Wrestling Association magazines. We got those. We got
Divas magazines too.
We got those monthly magazines. Some more weekly, and we lost our minds.
I don't remember. Did you get them?
I grabbed a couple of them from the store. I didn't have a subscription, but if I saw it in the store, I got one.
So
this dude loved wrestling so much. He used to make his own championship belts.
Nice.
He spent time, and they were out of cardboard. He could wear them, and this was before you could get on Amazon and order a freaking championship belt, right? He was
making you can, right?
Yo, if you were doing that at were kids trying to take that shit from you? Were people trying to strap up with you?
Yeah, they did. I take it to school, and the roughest dude in the class wanted to wear it. He ended up having it all day long, and I really had to be assertive to get him to give it back.
But I was saying that Brent said wrestling is about passing the torch, and that's what they've been doing. That's That's what difference. Yeah, that's the one I was. Okay. That's what we're saying. It's you cannot have one without the other.
So
it's the building blocks. Like the NBA, Dr. J is still one of the greatest.
To Kevin's point, Andre the Giant is one of the best ever at setting the tone for that, because he allowed Hogan to get over on him.
He was a draw.
He was the guy who Hogan would have never been what he was if Andre didn't let him get that
slam.
WrestleMania 3 slam. That's a big one. Yeah.
That was a big deal. It's like
I think Brent is absolutely right, because even when you think about it across athletic and sports genres, I mean, you have a passing of the torch. I mean, like I said, the NBA was on tape delay before Magic and Bird, right? And then what? I mean, because Dr. J didn't have him live on TV, even though we know how good he was. Jerry West, Wilt Chamberlain. We don't take Wilt Chamberlain out the top 10. We ain't stopped Jerry West from being the logo. But then Bird and Magic passed it to Jordan, and so forth. So it is about passing the torch. I do agree with Brent a lot.
Don't forget about Isaiah, man. Me ignoring Isaiah.
I mean, Isaiah, you can't tell the story of his era of basketball without mentioning Isaiah. But I mean, we're talking all-time legends. Isaiah doesn't make the top 10. And I love Isaiah. Is he a top 4 or 5 point guard? Yeah, but is he a top 10? No. But we're not talking about basketball.
You sound like Becky. You sound like Becky.
Well, Becky I let Rory get us again, Tate. I let Rory get us.
That's the trash down. That's the trash down.
Please, Tate, take this over and tell me about your first guy on your list.
I thought it was going to be me.
Okay.
Go ahead, Roy.
Go ahead, Rory.
You pull my graphic up, Kev. I'll pull my graphic up.
Rory has his 3 guys.
I'm gonna do my
keep it under
that graphic is not me. I don't know who that person is once again. And I don't teach English 101.
It's you. Right. It's you, teacher, no coach.
And how what does it say? HUV percentage? Remember what? It's not even words. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the British guy. right? The Dynamite Kid, Kev. Thomas Billington, right? This man was 5'8". He was 225 pounds of pure amazing. People say he was the bridge because he didn't just like rely on one thing. He learned in Britain. He went to Japan. He went to Canada. He went to the USA. He went to Mexico, and he merged all that into an amazing symmetry of poetry and beauty, right? So if you know the Dynamite Kid, one half of the British Bulldogs, but he was before the British Bulldogs. He brought his cousin on board. Before that, he was by himself doing his own thing, mixing it up. People say he was amazing. He was amazing. I saw him. He was fantastic. I saw him as a kid, and I saw him as imagine having someone like him, and then you go to the United States and you see him again. I was in a dream where I was like, our boy's here with me. He's in the United States. Well,
so you were a fan of him when you were still in Britain, Great Britain.
Exactamundo. Yes.
Now, his finishing move was the flying
everything
headbutt off the top rope.
Yes, and that's what they, and he was taught that by Harley Race. I think Harley Race.
I remember that name. I don't remember him.
Harley Race was like the
King Harley Race.
King Harley Race. He carried over. They brought him back. Anyway, him
and the Junkyard Dog got into it at WrestleMania 3.
Yeah, big name.
Yeah, and Harley Race kind of blames himself for his death because near the end, he died at 60 years old. He was like 58 to 2018, and he died at 60. Who are you talking about? Dynamite Kid? The Dynamite Kid, man. Thomas Billington.
I know he's passed away. I knew he was deceased.
Yeah.
Okay.
So but he was related to Bret Hart through his first wife. So his first wife and Bret Hart's first wife were sisters, and so as a result, they like
were brother-in-laws.
Exactly. But he also fought Bret Hart a lot. You know what I mean, in different circuits. So he was like, he started out with the British circuits. Then he came over he was in WWF. He was in Stampede Wrestling. He was in All Japan Pro Wrestling, Pacific Northwest Wrestling. He did it all. He just kind of carried over, and he had all the moves, man. The man had all the moves. He was a flyer like the Mexican wrestlers. He was a flyer like the Polynesian wrestlers. He had the power moves, the suplexes, the snap suplex. I mean, he before the big leg drop from Hulk Hogan stole his leg drop. Hulk Hogan stole this stuff. I mean, he had moves. The Undertaker, the Tombstone, the Undertaker's move, that was Dynamite Kid's move first. So I'm just putting it out there. The man was phenomenal. I mean, Kev, can you cue the first part of that video for me so people can see the beauty of the Dynamite Kid?
The first part. Why don't you talk about all of them? Then we show all their moves. You can talk
I have to do all of them.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
tell us about the American Dream.
Tell us about George Bree.
Oh my goodness.
Tell us
okay.
about the American Dream and
Put the graphic back up, Kev. So I'm gonna start with you might know him as this, but his name is Virgil Riley Runnels Jr. But you know him as the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. If I had to say to you that Ric Flair stole his stuff, right? Ric Flair was like Ric Flair stole his stuff. He was the Ric Flair. I'm just saying
I've seen them both.
Yeah, I've seen them both too. I know he did, but
he stole. Ric Flair stole the moves.
Yeah,
like
he stole
the way Dusty moved.
Completely stole it. You're right.
He stole Dusty's stuff. I mean, and that's okay. And they had a rivalry, and they worked with it, and they fought each other throughout in all different promotions, the WCWs, the NWAs, the Texas circuits. He and Ric Flair went at it, but and I think Dusty stole. I forgot who it was because there's another Nature Boy. Oh my gosh,
Tommy Rich.
He stole, but it's like
from Tennessee, the Nature Boy Tommy Rich.
Exactly. So the point I'm making here is just like, was it Brent? Brent said they passing the torch. They passed the torch, man. They taught, and that's what they've been doing. But the person that blew up first, the person that became the name, the charisma. People say that Dusty Rhodes' charisma was Ric Flair's charisma was. I think Ric Flair beat him in charisma somehow. I don't know how. I think if Ric Flair, his charisma, notch, because I didn't think anyone. Dusty Rhodes is still like he was the original though. He was the original. the blonde hair, the way he walked. You know what I'm saying? The way he moved, the way he talked.
And
he
Steven,
could talk up a match.
I'd ask you, have you ever saw Dusty Rhodes wrestle? Ever?
Yeah, Dusty Rhodes wrestled in the WWF.
He did. That's
Monday Night Raw.
That's how amazing he was.
He's one of them guys. And he has three sons that wrestled. One of them wasn't very successful, but Dustin Reynolds wrestled as Gold Dust for years. And then his youngest son, Cody, is the champion right now, right, Damien?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Dustin was the original American Nightmare, right? And then he literally had to go to the courthouse to sign over because Cody wanted the name. Cody wanted to be the American Nightmare because his dad was the American Dream, and Dustin had it first, and they fought together. Like his dad and Dusty fought together in the WWF and other promotions. And lo and behold, he had to sign it over to his brother. So his brother, he gave it to his brother, and his brother now is a champ. You know what I'm saying? So the Rhodes family, just not only did Dusty carry over from all the initial, because he started it in wrestling in like 68, something like that. I think 68, and he carried over all the way into the 2000s,
hey, Rory,
2020s.
Before you get into Jimmy Superfly Snuka, Kevin, can you go ahead and bring up that comment from Christine? The pic of Snuka looking like Chong Lee from Bloodsport.
Oh no, he looked better than Bolo Young. Like there were times when
Jimmy Snuka was like, I'm sure Bolo Young looks like Jimmy Superfly Snuka, not that way. Not Snuka look like Chong Lee. No.
Plus he's Fiji, he's from Fiji too. He's from Fiji.
Get what she's saying, but yeah.
He does kind of. Let me see that graphic, Kev. Let me see that graphic for Jimmy Superfly Snuka. So Snuka. They didn't say Snuka, they said Snuka.
He might have been I think he probably was.
That's him.
I love Dusty Rhodes. Yeah. Not so much Dynamite Kid, but between Dusty Rhodes and Superfly, they were close to making my three. But go ahead, Roy.
Not the Dynamite Kid. Are you? You know what?
No,
you are entitled to your opinion.
I'm just saying, making my list. You're certainly entitled to your British bias. It's okay. Go ahead.
There you go. Well, Dusty Rhodes was a big man too. I mean, people don't realize he was 6'2". He's a big dude, 275 pounds, moved like greased lightning. But anyway, let's get to Superfly, because Superfly was he was the original top of the turnbuckle kind of dude. He just flew. Tito tried to steal his stuff. You know what I'm saying? He also brought other people on, like the Tonga Kid and all the other Fijian people and Polynesian people. But the original Superfly Snuka, 5'10", probably just pure muscle. And it's like when he came into the ring, he had the energy, but he didn't really speak. His English wasn't the best. He really wasn't. But he came in over that turnbuckle. He did his little, he came down to his little kneel, had his hands like this. People, he brought the energy. He was fantastic. He unfortunately, I don't want to bring up his last few years, but he also have to suffer from some of that CTE, because people say wrestling is fake, but that physicality is real. Yeah, and those men and those men don't live long. After they leave wrestling, they die. You know what I'm saying? They die young.
It's a difference between fake and scripted.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I just want to add, Jimmy had an absolutely legendary match with Macho Man Randy Savage, another guy on the list.
He did.
It was an 89. If you are here and you have not seen it, you should.
He also lost to the Undertaker in WrestleMania 7.
Yes.
But how old is Superfly in these events though? He was one of the originals around forever.
He was like, if you
carrying that torch all the way up to 89.
Have you ever watched The Rock, the show The Rock? I mean, he had that, it was like The Rock had a show about his life and everything.
Are we going down a nugget again?
No, I'm just saying that he was on that circuit, the Hawaiian, the Polynesian circuit.
Okay.
And he brought himself over to the Pacific, the Pacific Northwest, and he kind of crept in. Then he was in this middle. He got into the line.
Sit your ass down.
Yeah, I think Tate wants to show a couple clips of your guys in action. So let's take a look at that before we go.
He also fought Ricky the Dragon. He put Ricky the Dragon on. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, continue.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that's true, Roy. That's true.
I was gonna say, when you were talking about those guys, like Ricky the Dragon Steamboat took a lot of stuff from Superfly.
He did.
Rory, your guys. When the clip is over, you can tell us briefly about their moves. We'll move on.
All right. woo, man. It just
Hey, can we just comment on the fact that it seems like they was wrestling on plywood in some of those matches? Oh my God, the ring
that's why they had
no
this
give.
CTE.
That's why them guys
they
were
had
all
the
jacked up. Oh my
CTE.
God.
Yes, and he's man. That's legit. I mean, each one of those men deserves to be in the top 10 based upon what you just saw.
And we
in
did
the
see,
video
we did see
highlights.
some pretty legendary spots that
There
didn't
you
have
go,
names
man. There
yet.
you go. There
Dusty
you
had a
go.
bunch
And I
of them. The
think
leg drop, the elbow drop,
The snap suplex,
the snap suplex.
that super
the
elbow.
superplex, the superplex from the Dynamite Kid coming off the ropes. The superplex.
Now that might have been fake. He did a lot of cooperation with that.
Well, yeah,
Hey,
God definitely has to get up. Yeah. Well, I mean,
he was that strong though, Kev. The man was that. Everyone who wrestled him, he was that strong. His power, his finesse, his speed, his ability just to. They say he was Dynamite Kid was legit.
I saw the
I feel bad for him. I feel bad that he had to.
I saw him much more as a British Bulldog, as one of the great tag teams of all time, than I did as a singular.
Right. And that's the unfortunate that's what that carryover. Remember when we were younger and the things we didn't see, we heard about it. You know what I mean? When
you saw it because you were over there in Great Britain.
No, I saw him. I'm just saying in regards to in the US is when we when we had that once a week or twice a week, and you heard about what happened on the match on Monday. Like, what happened on Monday? And they talk about, I lost, but I'm gonna get that. And just, what? So we missed out. But they talked about it on those shows, on those Thursdays. I mean, it was amazing. But all I'm gonna say is each one of those guys needs to be in the top 10 in my mind. Okay.
I'll talk about my list. I just want to say outside of I mean, not all those guys, but I think it just goes to show the torch carrying. We look at Dusty Rhodes and Superfly Snooker for sure. Them guys were like not in big arenas. They were like in at county fairs and shit. Getting it in, build wrestling's brand early.
Yes. They paid the due. Yeah.
Thanks, Ty, man. I got on my USA. It's all about the World Cup, man. Appreciate it. But man.
Tate, you
my
want to
list,
tell us about your guys?
Yeah. And I'll be quick, man. And I believe my boy Brent brought up Roddy Piper.
He did.
Hey, Roddy Piper was my dude, man. I mean, I just love guys that talk smack and back it up and can be a troll and an irritant and stuff. I mean, and I got over him wearing a kilt, right? Because he was just representing the Scottish culture, right? And I'm a big fan. You guys probably never watched it. I know Boo Christine in the chat. She watched Outlander. And the roughest dude on Outlander, if you ever watched it, was Jamie. He was a Scottish warrior, and this Joker was in a kilt. And nobody, because obviously set back in that time, but nobody talked about him in his kilt. And Roddy Piper, he passed away. He had like a seizure or something while driving or something after doing a Rich Eisen show about 2016 or 18. But yeah, one of my all-time great dudes, man. I mean, favorite wrestlers. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. He was one of my favorites too. He was one of those aerial acts, right? Kind of got a lot of his style from Jimmy Superfly Snooker. So as the torches are passed, the legacies are carried on, the moves are carried on, maybe in a different way. Remember, they're under a different name, but still all the same. My guy Junkyard Dog.
He was Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was part of my favorite match ever in all of wrestling. WrestleMania 3 when him and Macho Man Randy Savage went at it for the Intercontinental title. They was on the undercard. That was the set. It went under the radar because it was the WrestleMania 3 of Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan. But if you was to watch all those matches, that Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Macho Man Randy Savage Intercontinental title match, that was action-packed, high-flying, fast-moving.
That match is actually like the prototype for the modern wrestling match.
You're right about Steve. That's a good point.
Like that.
That's
and
a good
point. A lot
point.
of the modern matches that you saw on Nitro and Raw are because of those two and what they did on WrestleMania 3. That match is another legendary match.
That's a good connection.
All time.
Hold Homie Tim said he still watch wrestling Monday and all pay-per-view.
I just want to
You
pop in.
still watch it like that?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I will catch it when it comes on, because actually it doesn't even come on mainstream TV no more.
It's on
Raw's
Netflix now.
Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix got the deal a couple of years ago.
You got Netflix though, don't you?
Right, but as I've said, as I've been older and I'm working and things like that, I don't make it the point to watch it like I used to every episode. Now I might catch and watch it 4 or 5 times a year.
And I can tell you why, because they don't bring it like they used to. They don't bring it's not the same. It's not the same. I can understand why you go, you know what? I'm good without. But there was a point where I wasn't good without. I had to watch, the Tito Santana. I had to watch the Snookers. I had to watch Rowdy Piper's, talk show on. I'm like, why am I watching a talk show on wrestling? Well, I was watching his talk show because someone's going to get whooped with a chair.
And that might be,
So anyway,
that might be
entertainment.
That might not be my disconnect from guys like John Cena and much more my guys are from back in the day. So I do agree to a point. I mean, we kind of like the guys that we like, right? Junkyard Dog, I like him. If I could go back to Tony Atlas and stuff like that, I mean, was one of the original, not the original, but he's one of the first with a big name as an African-American wrestler in wrestling. JYD, you knew who he was with the dog chain. Dude was a beast.
Do you remember when he came to Lima?
I do, at the county fair.
Yep. I think Rowdy Piper also.
Yeah,
So
we went to that.
Yep.
I'll admit this, Tate. I like that you picked Junkyard Dog because he's one of the guys he's a name that I've heard as a wrestling fan that I didn't actually get to see. There's not a lot of film that I can remember of him, but I know he was one of the biggest guys because he was wrestling for the title all the time. So,
and I'm sorry, I was wrong, Kevin. It was Junkyard Dog. It wasn't Rowdy Piper who came to Lima. It was Junkyard Dog and Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Who was the guy? Who's the guy that lived in Lima though? He died too. Like
it wasn't Professor Jon Snow.
No, it was another guy.
It was Jon Snow.
I'm not saying Jon Snow.
Jon Snow is Game of Thrones, I think.
Okay, well, it's a Snow guy. It was a Snow guy who's a wrestler.
Al Snow?
Al Snow. Yeah, Jon Snow is Game of Thrones. Speaking of which, I got to watch my recorded episode of House of Dragons. So Junkyard Dog, he actually passed away in '98 in a car wreck coming from his daughter's graduation.
Wow.
But yeah, he was 6'3", 280. Dude was a beast. He I'm trying to, did he have a major championship? He had the NWA Mid-American title, Pro Wrestling Illustrated Wrestler of the Year, 1980. Ranked 51 of the 500 best single wrestlers of all time. Well, no, I guess that was back then. World Wrestling Federation. He's in the WWE Hall of Fame, class of 2004. And yeah, so this was one of my favorite, right? I'm not making a debate for him to be in the top 10 of all time, but I just wanted to give a shout out to a guy that was, one of the first that as a young person, I saw and admired as a young African-American kid, seeing a guy that looked like me doing it on the stage he was doing it on. So shout out to Junkyard Dog.
So Damian, you probably have the most insight into this. If he hadn't died in a car accident, you think he'd still be around like the older guys? Or
I mean, you never know.
He died. He died at 45. So
hey, Ric Flair wrestled right up in
no, that's what I'm saying. I'm just giving context.
When he died, he was a main event. He was a main event guy when he died, right? So like he probably would have continued. Yeah, that's a shame. Yeah. But yeah, rest in peace to Junkyard Dog and shout out to his career.
And don't forget Rocky
and
Johnson.
Tim Lyons is correcting us, and Al Snow did not die.
He did not. He's still alive. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into my 3, and again, I'll be quick. Like Kevin, my father is best friends with Al Snow. Ty.
Oh, really, Tim? I didn't know that.
That's cool. Yeah. He had a wild career. Yeah.
Rory, Don't do like paying the homies every Friday. Don't be killing folks off too soon, man. Pay always saying I think somebody passed away. We look and they not.
No, it wasn't Al Snow. It was another guy. I forgot his name, but it'll come to me eventually.
Tim, if you know any other big name wrestlers that made it big from Lima, let us know in the chat, man.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't think there are too many.
But yeah, every dog has his day and every dog has his bone. That's his promo.
Oh yeah, that was Junkyard's thing, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah,
look
this
at
is.
Hey man, Christine know a lot about.
Yeah, she got extensive sports and entertainment knowledge.
I'll pull your list up, Steven. You can talk about your guys.
Appreciate it. I'm gonna jump right into mine. I'm gonna start with Booker T, who most people know from WCW fame. He started out in WCW with his brother as part of Harlem Heat, the tag team. I picked Booker T because not only is he a legendary wrestler, he is in the WWE Hall of Fame. But in my opinion, as a kid watching him, it seemed like he worked his way up. Whereas, some other guys, they kind of came in and they got shots. Booker T just came out and gave great performances, won the titles, and got to a point where he was just so good they couldn't deny him. He was actually the last WCW champion before the merger, before WCW shut down. He was a 6-time WWE champion, and he's still currently signed as a commentator. I didn't watch too much WCW wrestling when I was a kid because it was Monday Night Wars and you had to pick a show and you couldn't watch you weren't allowed to talk about the other guys, but I did like Booker T. I always thought his matches were really high intensity. And I think he's one of the best. Again, what Kevin said, where for some reason, you don't see a lot of African-American faces. I remember seeing his as a kid. The second guy on my list is actually a guy that I did not see wrestle that much. He's actually after I stopped watching regularly, but I was still watching the pay-per-views, and that's Randy Orton. Orton is actually he is the third most world championship reigns at 20, over 20 years. He started out in the WWE in 2002 as part of the Evolution stable as a heel. And I wanted to put him on there because I feel like guys who are heels, and if you don't know what I mean by that, I'm sure you do, but the heels are the bad guys. It's a part of you're either a face, a baby face, or you're a heel. Randy Orton may be the most popular heel of all time. And that's me saying that, and I never really watched him. He is known as the Legend Killer. He beat all of
No. He's not the Legend Killer. That's every barber at my barber shop. They're the Legend Killers. But go ahead.
He's known as the Legend Killer. Beat Ric Flair. I believe Dusty. It's a long list. He's one of the guys who not only did he get over, but he put other guys over, and he was extremely well respected. You had guys who would never break kayfabe, guys like Ric Flair and stuff like that congratulate him on camera when he had successes in matches against him. And then the last guy that I'm going to talk about is, I'm sorry, go ahead, Damien.
I was just going to ask Kevin and Roy, do they remember watching Randy Orton's dad, Cowboy Bob Orton?
Yes. I didn't know that was his dad, but I remember Cowboy Bob. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I didn't know that was his dad though.
Yep. And he was the second generation.
He is a brother as well. I can't remember. What's his brother's name, Damien? Do you know?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. So yeah, again, legacy. And then the last guy I'm going to talk about is. Go ahead, Kevin.
His dad was Cowboy Bob,
who had the broken forearm for like 10 years. Right? That was Cowboy Bob. Then he had the broken forearm.
That was his stitch. Is that somebody broke his arm and he was getting revenge.
But he'd always hit people in the head with the cost.
It was a weapon.
I think it was okay. I could be wrong, but I could remember he had a cost on his arm, in his forearm for like years.
His brother was Barry Orton.
So my last guy on my list is Mick Foley. Some people may know him as Mankind or Cactus Jack or Dude Love. He had a lot of different personas. He wrestled all over the world in Japan. He wrestled in WCW, but he's most famously remembered for his stint in WWF, where he had some of the most insane matches that you'll see in your life. One of them being the legendary Hell in a Cell match from, I believe it was SummerSlam 1998. Was it? Damien, can you fact check me on that? But we're talking about a guy who took like just I don't know any other wrestlers that took some of the leaps that he did. We talked at the very beginning about whether wrestling is real or fake. This guy took like 40-foot drops onto the announcing table. He wrestled on nails, wrestled on barbed wire, and he fought everybody. He wasn't afraid to go against the big guys. He held the title 6 times. And he's again one of the most well-respected wrestlers in terms of the background information. He's one of my favorites also. But yeah, Mick Foley,
Yeah,
Cactus
he
Jack.
actually had a transition to where he became Mick Foley, crowd favorite, had a nice day. When he started, he was the heel called Mankind.
Yes. So we said that the heel thing again. Heel is just the bad guy persona. That was a big thing during.
Is a heel like what I call Roddy Piper a troll?
Yeah. He's the guy. Is that's what Orton was. I mean, the shift during
Guys
Mick
who would
Foley,
cheat to win.
Yeah, during Mick Foley's era, during the Attitude Era, there was a marked push for them to put over heels, guys who were bad guys, but they were popular anyway. Guys like Steve Austin.
My saddest one was when Sergeant Slaughter became a heel. That was a sad day.
He's actually a guy. He's one of the legends that Randy Orton took out.
The saddest day was when Hulk Hogan became a heel.
Oh no, I can care. No. Hulk was bound to happen, but Sergeant Slaughter, he was the true American hero. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden he became a heel.
Tim, go back to the TBS days, also known as the Superstation.
TBS,
when we said, we was watching Saturday nights at 7:05.
So, Damien, you want to tell us about your 3 guys you picked?
Probably the best 3 as a collective, anyway.
Yeah, I think yeah. If we're talking about who probably makes the list, yeah.
Well, yeah, the 3 I chose were ones that were dynamic. I mean, starting out with Sting, the picture there, that's Sting of his later years. He always had a painted face, but he wore bright colors. The Stinger Splash, probably the greatest submission move ever, belonged to Sting in the Scorpion Deathlock. He was a multiple-time champion, and he claimed the honor of being someone who actually beat Ric Flair for the championship multiple times. Because back in the days of NWA wrestling, Ric Flair didn't lose ever. By hook or by crook, Ric Flair did not lose, and Sting was one of the people that got a couple wins on Ric Flair. Goldberg, when he came into WCW, I mean, he came in gangbusters. His reputation started out with a 125 match winning streak, and the momentum just carried from there. He turned around and became a multiple time WCW champion. He ended his career got ended, and along with Sting, Goldberg was one of those wrestlers that decided to not join WWE when it was time for WCW and WWE to combine. Sting was one of the wrestlers that didn't join with the WWE wrestlers, and Goldberg was one of the wrestlers that didn't join WWE wrestlers. So their careers kind of ended with WCW World Championship Wrestling. And then the Ultimate Warrior. I mean, what the Ultimate Warrior did was just nutty. I mean, I shouldn't have said it like that. But what the Ultimate Warrior,
you are absolutely right.
No, Diddy. You got the shell.
Damn, I thought you were gonna give him a slide. I thought you were gonna give him a pass.
No, he doesn't.
No pass.
But the Ultimate Warrior brought in the most energy. He destroyed everybody. I mean, he was the first wrestler to come running to the ring. He'd shake the top rope, and his matches never lasted more than 2 minutes. And that includes demolishing Hulk Hogan for the WWE title. He was the first wrestler I ever saw to hold both the WWE Championship, World Championship, and the Intercontinental Championship belt. Ultimate Warrior was so large when he won the World Heavyweight title, they changed the color of it. It was always black historically. When the Ultimate Warrior won it, they changed it to white to match his persona. So just absolutely dynamic and nothing but destruction from him.
Oh, working. Well,
but
yeah.
he couldn't have the mic, man. He just didn't
Yeah,
have
he
the
was-
mic.
yeah.
He had the mic skills. He did
So-
not have the
So
mic skills.
that was Bill's weakness too. Bill was terrible on the mic. The way that they did his character with the police coming from the back, it was always cool. And the Goldberg, that was so cool. But he could not carry a promo. He just could. I never, you know, you always knew why they wouldn't put him out, because they knew how weak he was. But in the ring, like you said, he was something else.
But that's a big part of wrestling, though, is being able to have a personality and a persona. That's why I think Ric Flair has lasted 30 years and been a
Yep.
16, 17-time champion. He had the image, the styling, the profiling, the legs.
That's why Roddy was able. Roddy was still wrestling. Roddy was having a feud with Dusty's son when he you know when he got sick and he passed away. So
Ric Flair
Dusty Rhodes
back in the day was
the mic. The mic work is the most important part of the wrestling.
Pat Riley of wrestling. Rick was clean.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yes.
Yeah,
and you talk about it.
Yeah.
The gator shoes, the tailor-made suits, the Rolex watches.
Ladies like me.
He was bling blinging before you knew what bling blinging was. You know.
Yeah.
So is there anything? Yeah, definitely shout out Ric Flair. Definitely shout out Taker. A couple of the guys, Ty and Tim, both said stuff about Taker. Taker is another one where, like, you don't see a lot of on this list. You don't see a lot of guys with silly gimmicks, and that's the only gimmick that you see on this list that worked, because he made it. He made it work.
Who is that last dude Tim talking about?
Lita is she was a
she's a female wrestler. I don't know
female
nothing
wrestler. Yeah, she came in with S.A. Rios, and then she ended up being with like the Hardy Boys and stuff for a bit.
When I probably stopped watching wrestling, I don't think female wrestling was a thing, which I'm sure was a thing.
We had wait. We had the Fabulous Moolah.
We had the Fabulous Moolah.
Come on, Kev.
Yeah, she was the original. She was
Fabulous
and then it turned into Sister Sherry.
My brother can tell you I probably had tapped out about WrestleMania 3. Like literally, I think that's the last WrestleMania I watched. And we had like 40 something now.
Yeah. WrestleMania 4 was the tournament because Hogan retained his belt, and then after the Saturday night's main event after that, Andre the Giant won the championship from him.
What grades you were in that WrestleMania? Wasn't that WrestleMania in '88?
Yeah, WrestleMania. It was WrestleMania 1987, WrestleMania 4. 1988 was WrestleMania 5. Both of those were actually
in WrestleMania 3.
1986.
I was okay, yeah. So I was still West Junior High.
Yeah,
like I was in junior high, and I was pretty much done with it. I mean, that's why like all the guys I know and know well go a little back. Of course, I know Hulk Hogan. Of course, I know Rickety Dragon Steamboat. I think you used to like him too, Damien. Jake the Snake Roberts.
Oh yeah, the DDT, one of the most dominant out the blue finishing moves you can have. That and Sweet Chin Music, along with Stone Cold Stunner, most powerful finishing moves you can have that came out of nowhere.
Who started the pile driver?
I believe it was Terry Funk.
It was Terry Funk, but it was Taker that made it. The Taker made the Tombstone famous.
So no. The Dynamite Kid made the Tombstone famous. The Dynamite Kid.
No, he didn't.
Okay. All right. You see otherwise.
The question was the pile driver.
The pile driver too. The Dynamite Kid.
The Tombstone was a front-facing pile driver.
Yeah.
The pile driver was a belly to back.
That was Jerry Lawler. I thought that was the one who was the first. The pile driver was his move. I thought it was Jerry the King.
It might have been.
Who was Mr. Wonderful? I remember that.
Orndorff.
Mr. Wonderful.
Yes.
Orndorff, yes.
Thanks. Oh, there, go right there. He said it. Thanks, Mr. Woodsy. I do remember him. He was a beast.
Orndorff.
He's a strong dude.
Nah, him I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Well, okay. Now, real quick, and I'll go to Damien first. Again, we can't pick the same, right? I should go first, we can't pick the same. Y'all want me to go first before I ask the question?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Favorite all-time best all-time tag team. I'm going first. Give me the Road Warriors.
You knew that's what I was going to say.
Mhm.
Oh, can I go next?
Go ahead.
I'm going to Dudley Boys.
Don't even know them, so they're not in my list.
So
I'm gonna the British Bulldogs, of course. The British
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs.
Steiner Brothers. That's a good one.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
But I'm going to say,
Big Pump Pump.
all right, since you took my Road Warriors, I got to go with Edge and Christian.
Who is that?
So Edge and Christian
I don't know
feuded
them
with
either.
they
They were-
feuded with the Dudley Boys. It was Edge and Christian, the Dudley Boys, and the Hardy Boys. They were in this
I
for
remember
a
the Hardy
year.
Boys.
For a year, they were in these insane high flying tables matches where they would jump off they would stack like 6 ladders on top of each other and jump off one onto a stack of tape. They were doing crazy stuff. It was just every pay-per-view, it was what can we do crazier? How many tables can we stack on top of ladders?
Christine, can we put the Christine comment up, Kev? Can you? Because Christine knows her stuff. Do you see it? Do you see it? I'll read it.
Go for it.
Okay. The Dynamite Kid and Tiger Mask and that Japanese pro wrestling, Exactamundo, right? Japanese wrestling promotions featured the move in the early 80s where announcers were recorded calling it a tombstone years before The Undertaker.
I accept that.
I just said, okay, I'm just saying.
But all we're saying is The Undertaker made it famous. That's all we're saying. He's the only guy who can sell that move like he does it. He's the only guy who does the move like that.
It hurts, man. It hurts because he stole the move, man. He stole the move.
Kevin,
I was thinking them too, Tim. And because I started talking while I was muted, Mr. Punisher of Integrity. But yeah, no, the Four Horsemen. Arn Anderson, Lex Luger,
Ole Anderson.
Was it Arn Anderson? Was his
No,
brother?
the original Four Horsemen was Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Ole Anderson, and Tully Blanchard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we went to the original.
Luger came later, like way
later. Yeah, Luger came later.
He like Johnny Gill. He like Johnny Gill.
Yeah,
right. That's exactly.
That's
correct.
exactly right.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Wow, and he was actually kind of like Johnny Gill. He was super mid. Wow.
I mean, the sad truth is, a lot of these guys were mid. A lot of these guys, they started out mid. They just hustled and they hustled. They were all mid, man. They were all mid in the beginning, if you think about it. But they pushed themselves to be better.
Is there anything else anybody wants to say about anybody on the list or anybody that they want to give a shout out to that they didn't?
So real quick, I'll pull the first list back up. And let's just everybody give their top 10 from everybody we talked about. I'll go first. Just to make it easy. I got everybody on here,
including which two?
It's only 2. So I'd probably have to go. I probably have to go Dusty Rhodes, man.
Yes. Thank you, Kev. Thank you. Okay, continue.
Steven's list. No comprende.
No.
Look at my list. And look at Damien's list.
Come on.
So right now, off my list, I'm only with Roddy Piper.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's all I'm with. I'm not saying that's the guy. I'm trying to pull up Damien's list so I can just see if anybody over Roddy Piper.
Goldberg and Ultimate Warrior.
I probably would go Goldberg. So my 2 that with the front graphic would be Goldberg and Dusty Rhodes. Who's up next?
I am going with the front graphic, but I am taking off Andre and I'm putting on Sting. I'm putting on Sting and I'm putting on Randy Orton.
You got another one.
You got another one.
And Mick Foley. I'm sorry.
Sting, so you put 2 of your guys that got no comprende, and you took Andre the Giant off. But
oh my goodness!
it's kind of like we're going back to the Troy Aikman argument. But go ahead.
Not really, but
Damien, you go next.
Ooh, I have to say, I take everyone on that list.
The top 8 right there.
Yeah, the top 8, and then
Who you
Mm.
do?
I,
Anybody off Stevens?
I could go with Randy Orton.
Okay, so you got one more.
Okay.
Rory's,
No.
mine.
You could also go with a wild card, Damien. You can name
Yours.
someone you haven't named yet.
And I honestly, because I'm going off of like how big they were in the sport and everything like that. So I think I got to go with Triple H.
Oh,
Wow.
nobody brought him up.
He's one of the most divisive. People hate that dude. They really do. But that again, we talked about that
Mr.
earlier.
Woodsey, I agree. Ty said Randy Orton is his GOAT regardless.
Regardless, he's him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ty younger than you, Steven. So
that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying, Tate. He represents a whole audience that's not none of us.
I'm all about the OGs though. So Damon, you said Triple H and Randy Orton.
Yeah, you got to give Randy Orton his props as far as overall. And I'm trying to take personalness.
No, I get it. Shout out to you and Steven and Ty, Randy Orton. Rory, your guys out. Now I pulled up the wrong graphic. Out the top, off the cover. There's 8 of them. You take anybody off?
I'll take no one off. And I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave John Cena on because he serves as the Randy Orton. The same era. To me, they're the same era. He's like the bridging Rock. John Cena.
Okay.
You don't need Randy Orton. You don't need Randy Orton. So
I don't feel bad for leaving Randy Orton off. I did give John Cena some grace based off what you guys said earlier.
And so
I do have a question for Rory.
Hear my two first. Hear my two.
So
my first. No.
Do you already know? You don't need to see the graphics. You already know.
You can put. Hey, just put my graphic up, Kev. Put my graphic up because I'm going to tell you, I'm with you, Kev. Dusty Rhodes has to make the top 10. Dusty Rhodes got to make the top 10, and even though he's not, to me he is the person that creates the foundation for all the other high flyers, the people that kind of merge all that stuff. So when all the people you're talking about jumping the moves. He was the original Ultimate Warrior, and that is the Dynamite Kid. He's the original Ultimate Warrior. I hate to say it. I mean, you might not want to agree. I'm just saying the Dynamite Kid is the original. He does the only minus in the Dynamite Kid's repertoire was he couldn't control. He didn't have mic work. But he was the original Ultimate Warrior, the original Sting. The Sting had mic work, but he wasn't as physical. I just believe that.
Saying that's a bar right there. Saying Sting wasn't physical.
Not as physical as the Dynamite Kid.
Okay,
here it is.
So Rory, I gotta ask you because I going into this, I just assumed you were gonna pick Davey Boy. Why Dynamite Kid over Davey Boy?
Because the Dynamite Kid brought Davey Boy on. And when I thought about it, I was like, when I thought about it, I was like, who did I know? It was the Dynamite Kid. Davey Boy came later, and the Davey Boy was his protege. So Dynamite Kid.
That's a fair explanation. I like that.
He was the cousin. He was Dynamite Kid's cousin, younger cousin, and he said, "You know what, dude? I got something for you. Come with me. Come do this." And the great thing is that whereas Dynamite Kid had, he had injuries. At one point, he couldn't even walk. Davey Boy could carry on. So he was kind of, when he could no longer compete, Davey Boy kind of did his own thing, the British Bulldog by himself, and kind of blew up a little bit. He was a name. But there you go. There you go. Those are my two.
So yeah, Christine says such a great show, y'all. Love everyone's passion. Appreciate you coming through, Christine. I was gonna say that this has been a great discussion, you guys. Thanks everybody as a part of the Know It All Nation for joining us. If you haven't, make sure you hit that subscribe and that like and share button. Make sure you hit the notifications for the next time we're gonna be live. Come check us out every Thursday. We're going to be here, the JAG2 Geniuses, and Kevin's going to tell you about the rest of the channel before we sign off here.
Like Steven said, hit the like and subscribe. Like this video if you're watching right now. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And we're trying to get up there to the 2K subs so we can get this algorithm pushed a little more on YouTube. I said the other day if you were watching on the Know It All Sunday, don't get caught up in your algorithm. Switch it up. Don't let your phone, don't let the rhythm know you and be able to claude you, right? Mind manipulation. So go down a different rabbit hole every now and then so they can't read you all the way, right?
Did you see the George Animal Steel comment?
Oh no!
Remember the turnbuckle?
He was insane.
He would be eating the turnbuckle.
Didn't he he would have like a 2x4 and he would take
he might have been, but I remember him eating like if he was bored, he'd be eating the turnbuckle.
He would come in with a 2x4, right?
That was Hacksaw. Jim Duggan.
Oh no! Okay.
George the Animal Steel kidnapped Miss Elizabeth.
Oh no! Okay, yeah, no.
That was Randy Savage girl, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Miss Elizabeth.
Ooh, and he reminded me he was like Hannibal Lecter. He might have ate your face off.
So he was actually my favorite of all time. I love him. Randy Savage is my favorite ever. I thought he was.
And your people in the beginning said don't say Randy. They must knew that was your guy.
Well, I thought since he was on the front, we could come up with other people.
We were, but he said that's his favorite ever.
I'm just saying that's my favorite. Randy Savage, my favorite of all time.
Randy Savage is my favorite ever, also.
Yeah, he was.
My first time watching him was he faced George the Animal Steel, WrestleMania 2, 1985.
Okay, wow. you're gonna this. I'm aging myself, but the first time I ever saw Randy Savage was when he was on Arsenio Hall.
You say you're aging yourself, and that's way after what Damien just said.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying y'all always coming at me for being young, and that's the first time I saw Randy Savage was on Arsenio Hall when he did his interview with Arsenio Hall. Yeah. And I was like, yep, that's my guy. I'm a root for him. I don't like Hulk Hogan no more. I like that guy.
I probably say Randy Savage is my favorite too.
Yeah,
Rory,
cool.
All-time favorite, one guy.
All-time favorite. Dynamite Kid.
No, I mean I like the Dynamite Kid, but I mean I don't think I don't. It's like I would say Dusty. Dusty is my favorite.
I can see Dusty. I like Dusty a lot.
I remember his common man speech. You know what I'm saying? When he was like, people lose out their jobs. Working 30 years. Here's a watch. I mean, he became the common man, and then he could get in those feuds with Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. And so it's like you had the common man, and you had the $1 Million Man. And so it's like he just knew how to that gift of gab, his mic work. He was able just to carry over to different generations. Man, it was amazing.
Oh, absolutely. He was in the background. He was in the background helping write all of the stuff that I watched. So, Yeah,
he was amazing. So that's
wow. Sad, George. I didn't
George died of kidney failure, sadly.
Yeah, I know. You know what? I probably would say Mr. Woodsy's on to something. I would probably say Randy Savage. Piper would be in my top 3, and I'll put Ric Flair in my top 3 too.
That's a strong top 3. That's a very strong top 3. Piper was that dude on the mic, and I say that because I watched him wrestle, and he didn't really have his body was gone. He was so charismatic that you liked rooting against him. You like him being the bad guy because he was such a jerk, man. God.
I love jerks. I am one. You guys know it. You've known me a long time.
See, and I liked the tag team stuff. I don't know why. I love tag team stuff, but I like the high flyers, like the Midnight Express, the Rock and Roll Express. I like people that jumping all over the turnbuckle. The activity is off the chain in the ring. So that was my thing. Like I like to see movement. Like you guys, I mean, that was where where Damien's Ultimate Warrior came in, because he was like it was like came in, did his thing, and it was done. And like, yeah, that's what I want to see. I like to see the speed and jumping. Like Eddie Guerrero's.
Great show, guys. We're gonna keep this right at an hour and a half. We're ready to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be back next week with something. We got a few different things we've talked about and that are ready. We just need to have the show and talk about them. The best dual sport guys all time is one.
UFC.
Fight night being back. Yeah, boxing, the resurgence of boxing and UFC. The fight nights are back everywhere. Pay-per-view is up, and they're really making money off this thing again. And yeah, so we got a few, and there's some other stuff in the pipeline. So, and there's some stuff recorded. We still haven't played our top 10 franchises yet. We'll have to play that one day during the week at some random time. We have something going on because that is a recorded show we did already, but the top 10 franchises. Thanks, Tim. Certainly shout out, Tim. We appreciate you, bro. Tapping in.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know what? That's right. Jay's Upper TV said the NWO made being bad cool.
They did.
There was some diabolical dudes on the NWO.
They did.
That was when Hulk Hogan went from being an All-American to the heel.
Boxing and UFC. Let us all know when that night is. All right, I guess.
I already got my boy B Dirt joining that show because B Dirt is UFC king. I think I can cover a lot of boxing, but we'll all brush up on our stuff. But
for sure,
yeah, B Dirt's UFC king, so he's gonna be the guest on that show. We'll have another fun discussion. And hey, Mr. Woodson, you'll see it posted. Then during the week that's gonna happen. I'll be talking about it whenever you tap into something else, man. So yeah, appreciate everybody. Thanks everybody for tapping in. I stayed up to about 3 or 4 in the morning last night. We're gonna turn on my TV, look at some TV. I'm not gonna try not to stay up as late tonight, but I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow, and I'm telling you guys, I'm tired, but that's probably why, because it's already, man, it's 5 till 10 where Rory's at. It's 5 to 11 on the East. And
yeah, it's almost hitting 10 o'clock for me. All right.
Well, Rory, what we hate to tell you, we already in the future, bro, but that's about how it goes.
Tell me the lottery numbers, please.
That would be cool, wouldn't it?
That would be really neat if we could do that.
It would be fantastic.
Get in the DeLorean. Man, Ty, Tim says, oh yeah, Tim, you West Coast. Speaking of which, I talked to Dad. We're gonna come back the coast to coast. She settled into her new gigs up in Seattle, being a coach at one of the coaches of the women's basketball team, University of Seattle. She'll be back on the second Wednesday in July. I believe that's the 8th. I think Wednesday is the 1st. Thursday, yeah, because the 4th is Saturday, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Saturday is the 4th.
All right, well, we're going to get out of here. Thanks, my geniuses, Rory and Steven. Thanks to my brother for your expertise in this, because I knew you knew enough about it. He questioned, like, man, I don't know what's going on. Like, Damien, trust me. You know way more than I do. Trust me on that. It's just a discussion, though, man. So that's what we all here for. Whenever we tap into JAG2G, appreciate everybody. And with that being said, we're going to get out of here. See you guys next week. Next week at this time, and check out the if we air it before we live again next Thursday night, late night, like 9:15. But Roy don't got a football coach, so we might be able to go a little earlier now. He don't got fall responsibilities.
I do not.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that though. But yeah, with that being said, everybody, thanks for the tap. About to go ahead and get out of here for JAG2G, for myself, Rory, Steven, and my bro, my number one dude I've known longer than just about anybody, except my cousin Lamar. Shout out everybody. We out of here. Big deuces up. Peace.
Bye.
Yeah, JAG2G. More than the players, more than the scores. Get up on game, try to do no more. More knowledge, more game. One got the knowledge, one got the logic, and one's eclectic, the perspective's prophetic. JAG Collective, bringing perspective outside the game. Information we share